Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Yehlial in this incarnation. So today I'm going to address this topic that I know is a sensitive one, but I'm going to do it from a spiritual perspective. And I'm going to approach this from neutrality as much as I can. So please, before making conclusions, I highly recommend that you see the whole video. So I'm going to start by saying something that this was a theory that I developed when I was a teenager. I thought this with a very strong belief, and this was about that conception, of course, is an act from which two people are responsible. But I really do think that the women are capable of enable a pregnancy or not. And now the science proved this because we all know now that is the ovum the one that secretes a substance that attracts the sperm, and it's the ovum which chooses or rejects the sperm. So I really think that we are capable of enable a pregnancy. This doesn't mean we are the ones that we are the only ones that are responsible for this. But I think this practice is something that we can do only when we are really connected to our own body. And of course, if we are not separated from the earth, we cannot be separated from our own ovum. And I'm saying this because, of course, there's a lot of people that were disconnected from their bodies. I experienced that myself. And I think it's very important to not judge ourselves, our past identities, from the place or the consciousness that we are having right now. I think many of us, we took decisions in the past that were not aligned to our souls many times, or were unconscious decisions. So this is very important because this video is not in order to judge anybody. And I did another video talking about the sexuality. I'm not going to explain that today, but in that video I talked about how important is the elevation of our energy while we are practicing a sexual act with another person, because this not only benefits ourselves, but it also benefits the world. We can actually reveal light in an energetic perspective. So I'm going to leave that video on the description too. And let's go back to this topic. I investigated this from Kabbalah too. It's not real that the soul of the fetus descends immediately after the conception. In fact, Kabbalah says that the soul descends on the day 40. But I read a lot of testimonies of people that remembered when their soul descended to this material plane, and they remembered that their soul descended at the moment of birth. So I wanted to clarify this because I don't think that immediately after the conception there's a soul in our body. Okay, first of all, I want to mention this guy Bert Hellinger, who was the creator of family constellations, because I really like his perception of this. I think the people that took this decision of making an abortion, this decision, I don't think nobody wants to get through this. So many people that took this decision was because they felt there was no way out, or maybe they were in a hard situation, or many reasons that I cannot name right now. But I really think that this is an experience that nobody wants to get through. And I never went through this, but I was able to be close to these experiences, and I investigated it a lot. And we all know that not all the women got pregnant after a consensual sexual act. But I really do like this perspective of Bert Hellinger that is saying that we have to include these unborn children in order to process the grief and in order to heal, because I really knew a lot of people that took this decision maybe from unconscious places, and they put this situation and this decision in a part so subconscious of themselves, because they hadn't the strength to face this, that I think the emotional consequences are very common, very common. And that regret, again, is something much more common than what it is said generally. So, and I am not talking about the consequences of the physical body that we could have too. So I think it's very important to be totally conscious about this decision, of course, but not every time we are capable of doing that. We all have moments of our lives that we experimented different things. And again, I think we shouldn't judge ourselves for that. For the decisions we took, but to accept and to heal every feeling of guilty or of guilt, sorry, and do the correct the accordingly grieving we need to do. And other thing that I wanted to express, and this is from the perspective of biodecodification, is that I think many people is in rejection of motherhood or fatherhood, because they are experimenting programmings of the clan or fears about this. And I think this happens to many people. I'm not saying that this is all in all the cases, but I myself was in total rejection of motherhood until 2 or 3 years ago. And then through a big process of healing, I realized I wasn't in rejection of this, on the contrary. So I think many times people have this programming that is very unconscious about having children. Maybe their clan experimented situations that were very hurtful to experiment in during pregnancy or at the birth of family members, that we came with this and we don't know anything about that. So it's very important, because after I discovered a lot of things about my own clan, I could heal this in myself. Of course, I'm not saying we all should choose to be mother or a father. But I think that in many cases we are extending a pattern, an unconscious pattern that we are bringing from our family members. Sorry for the noise, it's raining in here. So in the cases of natural abortion, well, there is a soul contract for the people that are incarnated in the material plane in order to integrate an experience. And I know this could be something that is very, very tough, very, very painful. But I think that we always have the opportunity to reveal light through pain and through the moments of darkness. So maybe we don't understand why the things are happening this way right now, but maybe someday we could find a purpose for that. So at last but no least, I think it's very important to express that I really think that there is a big agenda that is trying to encourage women to have an abortion without knowing about the psychic and emotional consequences of this. And I think they are doing this with no good intentions at all. So I think there is no correct or incorrect decision in this journey. I mean, the decisions that we took without being aligned with our own soul are part of the journey too, and we could find a purpose for that too. But I think at these moments of of the planet, of the humanity, it's very important to connect ourselves with our own soul and to make decisions not based in what society is telling us to do, but in what we are really feel that is correct for us. So I just wanted to express this. Thank you, everyone, and see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.